Hey everyone, welcome to Kempner Sports. My name is Rev Trev, and today I'm tackling the difficult topic of being 0-7. If your team is 0-7, can you still make the playoffs? Is that a realistic possibility? We're going to dive into that. If you haven't hit that like and subscribe button, I just encourage you to do that right now because I'm trying to make good content that is going to help you to compete and contend and win a championship. And in this video, I'm actually going to try to teach all the 0-7 teams how to make the playoffs. Okay, so now the question is, can I make the playoffs? Well, it depends on your league format. If only 4 teams make the playoffs, the chances are none. You're not making the playoffs at 0-7. I'm sorry, but I'm a commissioner in many leagues, and my opinion is that we need to have more teams make the playoffs, because the more teams that you have that make the playoffs, the more interest you have. Then you don't have people who just give up and quit and stop changing their lineups. So my opinion is the more teams, the better. So I'm in a 10-team league. 8 of the teams make the playoffs. The 2 that don't make the playoffs in the show actually get booted out. So I want to show you my friend's team that is 0-7, and if he has a realistic possibility of making the playoffs. I know that he only has to get to, but he's dead last. He's 0-7, and let's just look quickly at his team. Now, when you look at his team here, it's actually quite good. It's shocking to me that he's 0-7. I mean, when I played him, he had over 100 fantasy points, but I had more than that. I had, I think, 120, 130, so he just got unlucky there. He's had a lot of unlucky moments. He's made a lot of trades as well. Some have really turned out good for him, and others not so good. So if you look at his quarterback, for example, Jalen Hurts, I don't think he can get better than that at this stage of the season. No, I'm not trading him Josh Allen. Friends aren't going to trade him Mahomes. There's no possibility. Jalen Hurts is probably the best option for him going forward, so that's a good positive sign. Mike Evans, everyone was high on Mike Evans. Everyone thought Tom Brady was going to be good. That whole offenses, but they could turn it around. Mike Evans dropped that one. It was an easy touchdown last week. That really hurts his chances, but I still say stick with Mike Evans there. And then he's just traded with his son, his son, for T. Higgins. He traded Hollywood Brown and Kareem Hunt for T. Higgins. That is a monster trade that could change his season around. Montgomery, I love Montgomery. I think he's a good RB2. Swift has been so injured this year. No wonder he's been struggling. And so if he's back healthy, that's a real improvement. Then Taysom Hill is the wild card. It's either boom or bust. And at this stage, you might as well just play him in there. Okay, Tyler, he's going to start him there. Cordell Patterson comes back, then he'll throw him in there. In fact, I would probably have Foreman in there if I was him, but I mean, or Latavius Murray. Like, his bench is not bad. He drafted Akers, and then his detrimental moment was he traded J.K. Dobbins from me to so he got J.K. Dobbins, and I got Josh Jacobs. I mean, is that not landslide of the century? This was way before anything had happened with Jacobs now being a top 5, top 3 RB. So my guess is here, in this situation, his team is good enough that I still think he can make playoffs. Now, let me tell you why, because I want to show you our league. So as you can see, Judge Judy and Sheepdog are 6-1. I should be 7-0. I've made a couple bad roster moves, management moments, but I've also got the most points scored in the entire league. So I'm at 5-2. But if you look down at his team, my team Hurts. By the way, that's such a great name for being 0-7 and and having Jalen Hurts on your team and that whole thing. So as you can see, he's had the most points scored against, like the most unlucky team in the league. Plus, his points scored have not been great. So he's the second worst point scored team, but he's only 2 wins out. And in this league, there's like Hogs and Sherlock are really struggling. There's other teams that are above that still could struggle. Bo knows, Dr. Z, even Vic's dog daycare and luck run out. If they go on a losing streak here and Hurts goes on a winning streak, I think that he's got a potential to make it. Now I've got another team that is just absolutely. I'm 1-6 in this team in this league, and I think it's a 12 team. It's almost impossible for me. My team is not as good as his team, and so it's in a league that I literally I call myself Mr. Irrelevant. Doesn't matter if I win or lose because I'm just the commissioner. And but anyways, it's another story for another day. So I think that my team Hurts actually has a legitimate spot of making the playoffs. What about your team? Does it have it? Like, show me your team in the comments. I'd love to connect with you about it. My advice to you today is don't give up. You never know what's going to happen in fantasy football, and I just want to encourage you: keep fighting, keep competing, keep making some good trades. Avoid the big ones like the Jacobs trade there. That was major disaster, but try to wheel and deal, and you can make the playoffs. And if you can make the playoffs, you can upset some teams, and you could possibly win a championship. Like, I wouldn't surprise me right now if my team Hurts wins this whole thing. Now, well, yeah, my team's way better, but it could fail. My team could fail. My team could fail. Any team could fail. This is fantasy football. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll catch you next time.